Yo, what's up guys, this is episode 5 of my road to 120 Slayer. This episode contains the most amount of Slayer assignments that I've put into one episode, and I think I'm just going to carry on doing it from now on. It's just going to be a set 20 Slayer tasks, or if for some reason I just get motivated and just do like 10 hours of Slayer a day, I'll probably end up putting more tasks in the episodes, but I don't know about that, we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, as you can see on the screen, we are starting off with 100 Ganodermic beasts. Not really too much to talk about here, pretty decent XP to start off the episode. And with that being said, let's check how much XP and GP that we got. From this first task, we got 56k Slayer XP and we got around 800k GP. Next up, we got 133 Order of the Ascension Members. So for this, I just went to Rararius. Here I usually just try and AFK as much as possible and pick up any keys if I actually get them. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was doing it. I might actually start doing like the actual bosses, like the legions. And that's because I was looking at the Slayer XP that each of them give, and it's 1,830 every time you kill one of them. And that's just so much more XP that you earn in comparison to Gladius or Rararius. And on top of that, you know, you have the signet drop from each and every one of them. And if you don't already know, if you put those 6 signet drops together, you can create an armored or crossbow. So in the long run, it probably would be good if I actually did that, so just let me know on what you guys think about that. I think in the next episode, if I do end up getting them, I'm just going to try it anyway, just to see how it is. But anyway, from this task, I think we were pretty lucky. We got a couple of keys, and we also got a Serenic scale as well, so that's pretty nice, totaling up to around 800k. Next up, we just got an Iron Dragon task. Pretty boring, to be honest. I mean, the only reason I do them is for the Slayer points, so not much really to say here unless I get a Visage or something. So let's go straight into the price check and see how much XP we got. I got around 29k XP and I didn't end up picking up anything. Moving on, I got my favourite task, and that is Rune Dragons. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky with any of the boot upgrade drops. However, if we take a look at the price check, we still got like 4.5 mil and 141,000 Slayer XP. Next, we got a task that I've never gotten before in my Slayer series, and that is Tormented Demons. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times in some other videos, but I used to love camping at Tormented Demons. This was way long ago, before EOC was even out. I mean, when Dragon Claws used to be 30 mil each. Tormented Demons was just like my home. I was always there trying to make money, and that's actually where the majority of my money came from, to get like 95 prayer, 99 herb law and stuff like that. So coming back here to kill them now was pretty fun. It's a lot easier to kill them now because of EOC. And guys, guess what? We ended up getting a dragon limb drop that was worth 9.9 mil. Honestly, when I was killing them, I did not expect to get anything, but instead we got the highest value drop, which was pretty damn nice. And if we add that onto the rest of the items that we got from this Slayer task, it adds up to 10.6 mil. And on top of that, we also got around 67,000 Slayer XP. I think I'm going to make a loot from 1000 video on these guys just because they're really fun to kill, and I think I've seen a few comments here and there asking me to make a video on them. So yeah, look out for that in the coming week or so. After that Tormented Demons task, we got an Iron Dragon task, and like I said in the last one, not really too much to say about it. So let's just check how much XP we got, and we got around 30k XP, and once again, did not pick anything up. Next up, we got Aviansies, and this time I did actually end up going to Nechryael. I got a Aviansies task in the last episode, but I just did the normal Aviansies because I didn't really feel like bossing. However, in this one, like I said, I did end up going to Nechryael, and it was pretty good. The Slayer XP is just obviously better than doing normal Aviansies. However, it does take quite a bit longer, but I think this drop makes up for it. We ended up getting a Armadillo Boots drop, which was 3.2 mil. I guess we were just getting really lucky with those big drops. And if we take a look at the price check, we made around 3.9 mil GP and 143,000 Slayer XP. Moving on to the next task, and that was Elves, and I really like this task now. I've even added it to my prefer list. Honestly, all I do is just aggro 4 of them and then pop my aggression potion and just mow them down whenever they respawn. The task just goes by pretty quickly and you don't even have to move. I mean, the only reason that you would have to move is to pick up items, but other than that, whenever they respawn again, they're just going to respawn on the spot where you killed them, and they're going to be automatically aggressive to you because of the aggression potions. But anyway, yeah, would recommend it because it is a really fun task. And let's take a look at the price check. We got around 1.3 mil GP and 103,000 Slayer XP. Next up, we got Nihils, and I'm really like contemplating whether or not I want to add these guys to my prefer list or not. They are pretty good money and decent XP, so I guess I should, but I'm really like picky on what I add to my prefer list. So I think I'm just going to keep them off it for now and then see how the next couple of tasks go whenever I get them. But as for this one, the task was pretty straightforward, just carried on killing the smoke Nihils. So let's take a look at the price check. We got around 1.8 mil and 38k Slayer XP. Straight after that one, we got a Dagganoth task, and once again, this is a task that I just solely do for the Slayer points. I just took a cannon to the lighthouse and just mowed them all down. And for those of you that are wondering why I don't go to Dagganoth Kings, it's just because the drops suck ass. I just don't really want to spend my time there when the highest drop that I can get is 1 mil and it's pretty rare. I'd much rather just do a normal Slayer task that gives me slightly less XP and a lot more money. So yeah, let's just take a look at how much XP we got from this task. We only got around 12.6k. In the next task, we got Elves again, and I was really happy about this. Adding them to my prefer list has already started to pay off. So yeah, it was a pretty straightforward task once again, and let's take a look at the price check. We got around 1.9 mil GP and 128k Slayer XP. Next up, we got Steel Dragons, and just like the Iron Dragons, they're just another task that I do for the Slayer points, so not much really to say about them. Let's just take a look at the price check. I got around 18.9k Slayer XP, and I didn't end up picking anything up. Next up, we got our first Shadow Creatures task of the episode, and I feel like we get this task quite a lot. I'm pretty sure we've had them in almost every single episode, but honestly I don't mind that. I usually just take a aggression potion here and then just sit in the middle and just let them come at me. So the task seems to go by pretty quick and I can just AFK here. The only reason I kinda need to move is for thresholds and to pick stuff up. And yeah, not much more to say about that, so let's just take a look at the price check. We got around 450k and 58,000 Slayer XP. Next up, we got Ganodermic Beasts once again, and I'm actually thinking of camping these guys for a while and then making a loot video out of it. And that's because, if you don't already know, my first ever video on this channel was making a loot video out of 1000 of these. So that would be just like a good throwback and a good updated version of it, because the first ever updated version of it was just horrible. I can't even believe I was speaking like that in the video. So yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see that, but I'm pretty sure, like I said earlier, the Tormented Demons one is going to be my next loot video, but I'm not sure. Nothing's like set in stone, so I can just like switch things up if I wanted to. But anyway, let's take a look at the price check, and we got 51,000 Slayer XP and around 700k GP. After that Gano task, we got an Abyssal Demon task, and this is another Slayer task that I'm thinking about putting onto my prefer list. Actually, I'm not thinking about doing it, I just want to do it, but I forgot to put it on when I got this task. It's just such a good task because you can finish it really quickly and you can just pop an aggression potion and let them come at you. However, sometimes at the top of this place it is quite hard to find a world because people are just here training up their like attack, strength and defense, so that can be annoying at times, but the majority of the time it's going to be pretty chill. So let's take a look at the price check. I got around 65,000 Slayer XP and I actually didn't end up picking anything up. I know they do drop like rune items and stuff, but I mean it's really not worth it for me just trying to sivir through like all the drops that they drop. I'd rather just concentrate on the killing and get the fastest kills possible. Coming in at Slayer task number 16, we got Steel Dragons once again. So just like before, nothing much happened. Let's just take a look at how much XP we got, and we got around 38,500 XP. Moving on to another task that I'm looking at adding to my prefer list, and that is Nechryaels. These are quite similar to Abyssal Demons in terms of XP and what they drop as well, and my whole strategy of killing them is just the exact same too. I just pop an aggression potion and then let them come at me. And once again, if we just look at the price check, you can see that I did not pick anything up once again. Same reason as the Abyssal Demons, I just want to get the fastest kills possible. Although actually next time I think I'm going to try the scavenging perk for my legendary pet. I've heard that can pick up a few items for you, but I've also heard that it's kinda crap. So in the next episode, I'm probably gonna end up trying that out with Abyssal Demons and these guys. So yeah, should be fun to see how that turns out. After those Nechryaels, we ended up getting Shadow Creatures once again, and it just went pretty much the same as the last time we did them. Just pop the aggression potion and let them come at me. The Slayer task was over quite quickly, and as for the price check, we ended up getting 400k and around 65,000 Slayer XP. Moving on, and we ended up getting the third elf task of this episode. At this point I was extremely happy I decided to add them to my prefer list, and yeah, just like the other two tasks, it went by pretty quickly and pretty smoothly, and surprisingly didn't get any crystal seeds in this task. I think I usually get them at least like one a task, but in this case just didn't get any. I mean, they usually just sit in my bank anyway. But as for the rest of the drops, they ended up adding up to 1.6 mil, and we also got around 106,000 Slayer XP. Finally, for my last task of this episode, we ended up getting Abyssal Demons again, and at this point I should have added them to my prefer list like I said I was going to before. However, once again I just completely forgot, so at this very moment in time they're still not my prefer list, but I'm going to add them as soon as I get them again. I'm not going to forget this time. And yeah, it was just a straightforward task. Once again, did not pick anything up, but we ended up getting around 55,000 Slayer XP. Alright, so now that I'm done showing you all of the Slayer assignments that I got during this episode, it's time to go to the final totals. So the amount of Slayer XP gained during this episode was just under 1.3 mil. The majority of that XP just came from the Slayer tasks that gave me over 100k each, so like the Rune Dragons, Aviansies and Elves. And then I guess the average for the majority of the other Slayer tasks was around 50ish k, and we also earned 28.5 mil GP. Obviously the Dragon Limbs drop was 9.9 mil, and then we got the Armadillo Boots drop, which was like 3 mil, so that just equated to almost half of this GP earned. And if we take a look at the running totals for this entire series, we've made almost 5.5 mil Slayer XP, and we've also earned 178.3 mil. So in the next episode, I think we should smash that 200 mil total earned, and I think we're on a steady course to get to 120. I think we're getting just a little bit over 1 mil average per episode, and when I actually start spamming Slayer, the XP should go up really quickly. But anyways guys, that is it. That is the end of this episode. So thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, and peace.